This is the intersection in the city center with the most traffic. Almost everyone who has been here can see a young man with red eyes squatting on the side of the road. The most frightening thing is not his eyes sprayed with chili water, but the two huge characters on his forehead. Poor hanging. Many people took out their mobile phones to take pictures. Lu Ming was embarrassed and furious, squatting on the spot and trying to turn around, facing passers-by with his butt 0 CKS. However, the traffic police directly pressed him there and said coldly, "Don't move, don't you like to say these two words?" It happens to be an exhibition for the citizens here. Lu Ming wants to die. He had known this a long time ago. Why to bother to pretend to the driver of the van? If he had to endure a wave, he would be home now. At this moment, an old BMW car parked on the side of the road, and a young man got out of the car and ran over with some kindness, and asked, "Oh, Mr. Lu, what's the matter with you? Ouch, your forehead. What's going on? Who carved you a poor hanging on there?" Lu Ming, who had been desperately bowing his head, suddenly heard someone calling himself Mr. Lu, and he wanted to die. The last thing he wanted at the moment was to be recognized, but he was recognized by others. At this moment, he wanted to kill someone angrily. He looked up, the speaker was a little familiar, and couldn't help but ask, "Who the FCK are you?" The person hurriedly explained, "I am Harold. Harold of the Wilson family, we have eaten together before, and the young master of the White family, Gerald, don't you remember us?" Lu Ming gritted his teeth and looked at him. Suddenly a mouthful of bloody sputum was spit on his face, angrily cursed, "F***ck your mother and make the Wilson family hang up. Dare to come here to watch me as a joke, believe it or not, you will die." Harold was also suffocated in his heart. What the FCK is this called? He saw Lu Ming being handcuffed by the traffic police to the side of the road, and wanted to come over to say hello and chat. He didn't expect this guy to come up and curse and spit on his face. This is so FC King disgusting. He angrily said, "Mr. Lu, you are too much. I came over to ask the situation out of concern among friends. How can you do this?" Lu Ming scolded, "You FC King care? Besides, you poor guy is worthy of being my friend? You are a chicken, you, stinky silk, big poor guy. Do you want to be close to me? Get out." Harold was wronged. But he didn't dare to confront Lu Ming. After all, the ability of the Lu family was countless times stronger than that of the Wilson family, who was on the verge of bankruptcy. Offending him would definitely not end well. So, he could only use his sleeves to dry the phlegm on his face, and said angrily, "Mr. Lu, you are so passionate, sorry." After speaking, he quickly turned into the car and drove away. At this time, he felt wronged in his heart. What the H**LL do you think this is? It's so maddening to pay for life. Here, Lu Ming is not feeling well. He was also sighing, what the H**LL is this? He wanted to go home low-key, but he didn't expect to have an exhibition at the intersection of the city center. Many people took photos of him with their mobile phones, and some even posted them on Facebook and Instagram. The good guys even gave him a new nickname, Orus Hill #1 Poor Hang. Lu Ming's deeds spread throughout Orus Hill all at once. The night at the Champs-Élysées hot spring felt very tormenting for Charlie. Originally, he was going to sleep with his wife Claire directly. As a result, he didn't know if Elsa was deliberate or unintentional. She insisted on pulling Claire to sleep together, and she also called her girlfriend time. Therefore, Charlie could only sleep in another room by himself. The next day, they were going to check out and return to the city after getting up, but the two women were reluctant to partake in the private hot spring here, so they soaked for another morning before they reluctantly checked out with Charlie. However, after the baptism of the hot springs, both of them looked radiant and extremely beautiful. When checking out, Isaac came in person. He chased Charlie and Claire to apologize again and again, and warned all Champs-Élysées employees on the spot that if there were any more cases of treating customers differently and favoring one another, it would not be tolerated. The entire Champs Elysian staff finally realized the importance of serving customers well. Afterwards, Isaac took the top of Sean's Ellis and politely sent Charlie and the others out of the gate. Isaac had originally planned to send Charlie to the parking lot. Charlie gave him a look and said calmly, "We will go directly to the parking lot to pick up the car and return to the city, so you don't have to face things again." Isaac was also very on the road, knowing that Charlie didn't want to let herself always follow, so he hurriedly said respectfully, "Mr. Wade, go slowly." Out of the gate, Elsa stretched her waist very enchantingly, and said, "It's really comfortable to take a bath in the hot springs. Claire, if you two are fine, how nice it would be to stay here for a few days and then go back." Claire smiled and said, "My company has just opened, and there are so many things. How can I live here for a few days?" After that, Claire asked again, "Don't you have to go to work?" Elsa sticks out her tongue and said, "My job was originally run outside. Moreover, I have never met the chairman of the Emgrand Group since I have been there. He can't control me. I belong to an unsupervised employee. It's okay not to go to work occasionally." Afterwards, Elsa said again, "But since you have something, I will send you two back first."